to my channel Pharmacypedia. In this session, in continuation with the tablet series, we are going to study about the quality control test, both in process and finished product test, which are used for the tablet evaluations. So let us try to understand what are the in process test and what are the finished process test. In process tests are those tests which are carried out during the preparation of the tablets. So these tests are actually conducted for the purpose that if any sort of the customization in case of the equipment adjustment or like any other formulation related remedy has to be performed can be done during the processing and the formulation of the tablet itself. So in process, as the term indicate, in process, which means during the process. So during the process, certain test needs to be performed to ensure that the tablet achieves the required expectation of the hardness and other physical parameters which are to be assessed. So when we talk about the quality control of the tablets involves various tests which requires the keen attention. So to ensure that the established product quality standards are met, these tests must be performed during the production. So the tests which are performed during the productions are known as the in-process control test, and they are being verified after the production of each batch. Actually, the main important thing that is to be actually ensured is that batch to batch variation should be minimum or lot to lot variation should be minimum. Now these variability can be avoided if we conduct certain tests during the formulation of the tablet itself. So if we found any discrepancy or any defect, that can be resolved at that same time also, because it is clearly understood that the testing once conducted after the preparation of the tablets will not help out. So certain things can be quickly resolved and during the process of the tablets. So the tests which are performed during the process of the manufacturing of the tablets are known as the in-process test. Next, we move on to the finished product test. Finished product test basically refers to those testing procedures which are performed once all the tablets have been manufactured. Now, for any manufacturer, it is very important to know and to make things in a way that there should be least variation in batch to batch. There should not be any variation. Batch to batch variation is not encouraged, and lot to lot variation is not encouraged. So this variation can be avoided by doing the in process test as well as the finished product test. Now the quality control of the department of any organization, of any manufacturing production unit, ensures that these tests are performed in a very specific way so that there is a accurate and very precise formulation of the tablets, manufacturing of the formulations, so that the tablets produced are of high standards. Now for any sort of the tablet manufacturing requires that you have the specification, in process specification as well as the finished product specification beforehand before you go for the tablet manufacturing. So whatever tablets during the in process as well as the finished product needs to be tested, needs to be evaluated as per that specifications. These specifications are mandatory from the regulatory perspective as well. So you can understand in process specifications are there, so a test has to be performed as per the in process specifications. It should not deviate the range which is specified in the in process specification. Similarly, for the finished product specifications, the tablet has to comply with all the tests which are mentioned for the finished product specifications. So there are certain tests which needs to be performed. So like IPQC checks, in process quality control checks, is basically concerned with providing the accurate, specific and definite description of the procedures that needs to be conducted once you have received the material to the final dosage forms. So these procedures are generally very quick, simple and rapid tests which are needs to be conducted during the process only. So it is a planned system to identify the material, equipment, process and operations. So this is a routine operation during the production of any dosage forms. The raw material have to be checked out, the equipment have to be prepared, the equipment have to get ready. So like this is a cycle where that needs to be performed. Everything has to be validated enough before carrying out the actual production of the tablet. So the tests which are to be conducted during the process has to go through the in-process quality control checks. Now let us first try to understand the non-pharmacopoeial or the non-official test. The term non-pharmacopoeial or non-officially basically refers to those tests which are not mentioned in any standard reference pharmacopoeias or any standard books. So like they are not mentioned, although they are not mentioned in the pharmacopoeias, but these are the non-official tests which need to be conducted to ensure the high standard of the quality of the tablets. So now these tests are performed on the tablets which are not listed in any official compendia, and they are of great concern because they are directly linked with the quality attributes. If we want to have a minimum variation in the batch to batch variation, we need to conduct these tests. So let us try to understand the non-official test first in case of the tablets. So when we talk about the tablets, generally the very first thing which appears into our mind is the general appearance should be identical. When we see one batch to another batch, the basic size, shape, color, odor and taste should be same. So this is the very first requirement. After that comes the porosity of the tablets, hardness or the crushing strength of the tablet, friability test, tensile strength determination and the thickness test. So these three tests are the basic tests that are actually known as the non-official test for the tablets. What are those tests? Friability test, thickness test and the hardness test. And believe me, they are interrelated to each other. So and another sort of the properties which are to be explored during the in-process manufacturing and comes under the non-official test is the unique identifications marking. So like every company is manufacturing their own tablet, so they need to have a certain sort of the criteria in order to discriminate their tablets from the other manufacturers. So certain companies follow or provide certain unique markings which are being embossed on the punches and that goes to into the tablets. Then organoleptic properties. So like some of these types have no official set limits for acceptance or rejections, and thus they may vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. So we are going to study these three properties, that is about the hardness, tensile strength, friability and thickness of the tablets one by one. Now, the very first image which appears for checking the size of the tablet is the micrometer. Micrometer is the device which is used to measure the thickness, the size of the tablet. So it comes into the purview of the organoleptic properties. The very first general aesthetic appearance test for the size, thickness, organoleptic properties like odor and taste. For that we need the micrometer. So actually the tablet is being placed between the anvil and the spindle, and the thimble is being rotated out. So you get the readings for the exact thickness of your tablet. Now the very first property is the hardness. Now in case of the tablets, hardness is very important because many factors are dependent on hardness. How come? Like for example, hardness. If you have the high hardness, the tablet will not disintegrate properly within the specified period of the time. So tablet hardness actually impacts many factors like disintegration, which further impacts the dissolution of the drug. Similarly, the compression hardness also involves the actually affects the thickness. How come it affects the thickness? Hardness is inversely proportional to the thickness. If you produce more hard tablet, that means you are applying more compression force through your punches into the die cavity, which will result in the less thickness of the tablet. Inversely, if you have apply less force and you produce hardness of less strength, in that case the thickness would be more because compression force would be less. So there are many equipments which are used to test the hardness of the tablets. For example, Monsanto tester, Iveco tester, Strongkopf tester, Pharmatron, Schillinger. So they are widely used to measure the crushing strength of the tablet. You can see the Monsanto tester over here, whereby you are trying to check the hardness of your device through this device. So a force of about 4 kg is considered the minimum requirements for a satisfactory tablet. So measurement is usually carried out using minimum of 10 tablets. So you're measuring the strength, hardness by calculating through any of the equipments for 10 number of the tablets and then calculating out the average out. Now, this slide is actually representing the different sorts of the hardness testers which are being mentioned in your book also, like you can understand. The first is the Monsanto tester, then second is the Pfizer tester. You can see the Irveka hardness tester is very unique in its design. Then Schillinger hardness tester, this is automatic hardness tester. Then Strongkopf tester, whereby you can see that the tablet is placed between two of the and the adequate strength is being applied. So in all these equipments, we are basically measuring the strength of the tablet to bear the pressure by applying a certain pressure in a slowly and then slowly increasing it. So at the point where the tablet actually breaks down, give you the reading. So you are actually applying the force. This force may range from 4 kg to 8 kg. So the more hard is the tablet, it will take more time for disintegration. It would have a slow release of the drug. Similarly, your hardness, as I've told, is also linked with your thickness. The more hard is the tablet, the less thin it would be. Similarly, if the less is the hardness of the tablet, the more thick the tablet would be, because it is related to the compression force which is being applied during the making of the tablet. Then second very important test that needs to be conducted during the in process study, and that falls into the purview of the non-official test, is the friability test. So you have to remember word that is the Roche fibrillator. It is the worldwide Roche fibrillators are used for checking down the friability testings. Now, what is the purpose of doing the friability test? Once you manufacture the tablet, it goes to various places through the shipping. Now, during the shipping, it may happen that the tablet has to undergo and actually face different kinds of the forces during the shipment, phenomena such as collisions or like sliding, or so for having, if the tablet is not having adequate strength, what would happen is that sometimes the coating may come out during packaging only, or like during the handling or during the shipping. So in order to ensure that the tablet remains in the same form as it is being produced and it reaches to the consumer in the same form, it has to have the adequate strength, it has to have the adequate properties in a way so that it reaches to the consumer in the same form. For that, we need to conduct out this friability test. This actually checks the strength, it actually checks how friable is your tablet. If it is more friable, that means it will not reach to the consumer in the same form. So we need to undergo the friability testing. So this is the Roche fibrillator, whereby you place your 20 tablets that needs to be checked for the friability testing. So this is actually a plastic chamber. Now this chamber revolves at a speed of about 25 revolutions per minute. So actually it is dropping out the tablets from 6 inches height, and this operation needs to be carried out for 100 rpm. So like you are placing 20 tablets. Before placing, you are initially weighing your tablets. So total, you are having total weight of the 20 tablets. Then you place the 20 tablets. Then you, at the revolution, at the speed of about 25 rpm, you are actually operating at 100 rpm. So like you are allowing it every time the tablets to be dropped from 6 inches height in the fibre. It is designed in such a way. Then you are finally weighing down the 20 tablets. Definitely there would be loss of the weight, since it has to go through the pressures during the cycle, during the revolutions. So the minimum variability, the minimum loss which is being permeable and which is being permitted during this complete testing is, it should not lose more than 1% of the total weight loss. So 0.5 to 1% is the limit which is set. If it is more than 1%, the batch is not acceptable. If it is having less than 0.5 to, or lies between 0.5 to 1%, the batch is acceptable. So the measure of the abrasion or the friability loss is usually expressed in the percentage of the loss in the weight. Now, the test is rejected if any tablet caps or laminates or breaks up during the course of the test. This is not permitted at all. So, as a rule of thumb, a maximum weight loss of not more than 1% is generally considered acceptable. So the friability of the tablets may be further influenced by moisture content. It has been observed that chewable tablets show a high friability weight loss as compared to the conventional compressed tablets. So a number of instruments are available for friability testing, but the most popular and the most reliable is the Roche Fibrillate. Next, we move to the measurement of the tablet thickness. We can determine the thickness using while doing the organoleptic evaluation using the micrometer. Now, there are other advanced equipments which are also available whereby you can measure the thickness of your tablet. So, the tablet thickness is actually determined by the diameter of the die. So, tablet thickness here refers to the tablet diameter. So, the amount of the fill which is permitted to enter the die cavity, the compaction characteristics of the film material, and the force of the pressure applied during the compression. So actually the thickness is measured, can be measured, the breadth can be measured by the micrometer. To manufacture tablets of uniform thickness during and between the batch productions for the same formulations, care must be exercised to employ same factors of fill, dye, and the pressure. So as I've told that the compaction pressure basically determines the thickness. So if you have the more compression forces, the more hard is the tablet, the less would be the thickness. So for the tablets, for if we want to manufacture tablets of having uniform thickness and hardness, it is doubly important to control the compaction force. So tablet thickness also becomes an important characteristics in packing operations and in counting of tablets using filling equipments, which uses the uniform thickness of the tablets as counting mechanisms. Now, tablet thickness can be determined using various equipments. For example, the vernier calipers, the thickness gauge, or automated equipments. Now the tablet thickness is determined for 10 tablets. Now the thickness of the tablet should be controlled within plus minus 5% variation of the standard value. So the deviation which is being permitted is a 5% variation is being permitted depending on the size of the tablets. So basically the equipments which are utilized are the vernier calipers and thickness gauges. So these also lie into the purview of the non-pharmacopoeial test. Other non-pharmacopoeial tests includes measurements of the tablet diameter, porosity, liquid penetration, mechanical strength, and density. But more or less in most of the industry, three tests are very important. First are the organoleptic properties, second are the your tablet thickness, then tablet friability. These are very important since they are related with the other test as well. So if these testing is being done during the operation, during the in process production only, the things can be customized and resolved and the batch can be improved upon. But once the tablet are being prepared, there is no point of conducting these tests. That is why these tests are known as the non-official test, non-pharmacopoeial test, non-compendial test. I hope I am clear in making you understand these three important tests. Thank you so much everyone for watching the video. If you do like my channel, please do like and subscribe to my channel Pharmacypedia. Also, please provide your views in the comment box. Thank you.